Hi, Kerry here again. Started this channel on investing back in November of 2019, and basically it was Kerry giving people his advice based on his years as a financial advisor and his long-term investing horizon, and did pretty well in 2020. Did okay in 2021 and then having a rough time in 2022. But I'm learning. I'm proud to say, even at my age, I'm learning, and I'm learning from other people. And I think that's truly, if there's some wisdom I can pass on to you with my age, is that you need to learn from other people. And then you need to also recognize that if you're going to engage in an activity, whether it be a sports activity or a profession or trading in the stock market, you need tools. I was reminded of this in that we're having some work done on the front of our house, our bay window, some wood rotted, and I could do it. I could take my tools, my saws that I have, and I could work on it, and I got a hammer, and I can buy some nails. But I hired a professional, and he came, and he had a table saw that he took out of the back of his truck and a miter box, and he had tools to help him in his profession. If I went and had brain surgery, I would certainly hope that my brain surgeon had the proper tools. So if I'm going to make a profession and if I'm going to work in trading stocks and investing in stocks, I need to have tools to help me. Now, certainly YouTube is a tool and basically a free tool, but I need something beyond that because YouTube's available to everybody. So if I'm going to gain an advantage, I need to have more tools. So I filled my toolbox with a number of features, and that is Seeking Alpha was really the first one, Stock Cards, Trading View, I Trust Capital. They're all tools that I take advantage of to make me a better trader. Well, I was reminded of this morning when I got an email from Seeking Alpha, and because I'm a premium member, they were sharing some information that they didn't share with everybody. Okay, so my tool was opening my eyes to some other things. I want to share that email with you and walk you through how I used it and how I'm using it to help me make some decisions and how I'm going to change this channel and hopefully give you the opportunity to make some better investment decisions. Now, you need to understand, this is not financial advice. I'll be right back with you.
Best of Us Investors presents Kerry Griegmeyer.
So I get this email from Seeking Alpha this morning, and as it says here, I'm a premium member. This is one of the tools that I have in my toolbox to help me make better investment decisions. And I'm reading through here that they're saying there's likely to be a increase or a correction in the stock market. And I page on further down, and I come to this thing, Uncover Tomorrow's Winners. I thought, well, that's an interesting concept. Let's take a look at it. And I looked through the various top stocks, top quant dividend stocks, top yield monsters, and I don't do a lot on dividends, but these first couple elements are talking about the top rated dividend stocks. So I click on this, and it comes up and it shows me a stock by the name of Zim Integrated Shipping. So I assume it's a shipping company. And it gives me a quant rating of 3.99 and 4.5 on Seeking Alpha, Wall Street rating. And it's top stock. And then I see that it has a 26.7 dividend. That interests me. I don't know of another stock, and my eyes scan, and my goodness, there's another one. It's 14.28, and it has A plus ratings all the way across and a B plus on the EPS. So I think I need to look into these. So I I click on here, and it takes me to the dialogue on the stock, and I see that Zim Integrated Shipping is up almost 200% over the past year, and that makes sense to me. That I know that we have a supply chain shortage, in fact, and that there's probably going to continue to be a lot of shipping. I don't see that changing, even if we work to get our supply chain back. And I see there's some recent articles that I can read and learn more. And then over here, I see that there's a call from the CEO that talks about fourth quarter earnings, so I can learn more about that. And then I get a good description of what the company is all about. So that kind of interests me. That sounds good. And so I go back and I say, okay, let's go back and look at this other one that I was interested in that had a 14% dividend. And again, as I said, it's also a shipping company. And again, we have some same basic information. Again, a call with the CEO and some recent articles, so I can do my research and get a good call on that. And then I come down and I can learn more about the company. But I wanted to go somewhere else. I wanted to take a look at their actual charts. And this is Star Bulk Carriers. And I wanted to use the tool that Wes gave me earlier in the week, and where I measure the trend line up from the start of the coronavirus, and then say, most stocks give you a 50% discount at some place after their big shot trend line up. So this is telling me that a good buying point on this stock, which is currently selling for $29.69, is at $17.92. I can see that it did get down to $26.03, and it's kind of trying to find its space here. So as I am interested in putting some money into swing trades, I'm going to look at this stock and try to see how close we can get down to $17.92 or $18 and see if in fact we can buy it at that price. And then I want to go over to Zim and do the same thing. And as I can see, Zim is relatively a new stock. It only goes back to February of 2021. And again, if I do the same thing, follow this trend line, it tells me I ought to be able to buy it at 51.45, and it's currently selling at what? At 72. That's a pretty hefty drop. And then I said, well, okay, let's see about this one. Use this as the trend line. It had something of a correction on July the 21st of 21. That would say an entry point of 67. So that's kind of how I looked at it, and I thought it was kind of interesting that this is a tool that I received from Seeking Alpha, and it's a part of my program that I haven't used in the past. And if I go to top rated stocks, this is in fact not focusing on dividends. There's Zim again on the top at number one. And where do I find that down at 16 in overall rankings of stock? The Star Bulk Carriers is number 16. So with that in mind, I've got my interest peaked. I like the idea of a 26% dividend and putting some diversity into my portfolio. And also, I think that's going to attract a lot of people as interest rates go up and inflation goes up. There's going to be a lot of dividend seekers. So I'm going to put this as my first swing trade, and that's going to be a part of our Platinum portfolio, our Platinum Discord that we're going to do. I'm going to do a challenge. I'm going to put $10,000 into an account, and I'm going to see if I can do some swing trading and beef up my returns over the next couple of months. So that's a preview of what I'm doing. And if you want some more information on it, go to our Discord, look into it, familiarize yourself. Right now, we've kind of frozen the access to the Discord as we just introduced this platinum program, and it's really reserved for those people who have been in our Discord before. But I wanted to give you a preview of what we're going to do, how we're going to do it, how we're going to use the tools that we have to make better investment decisions. Okay, as you see there, I found two stocks that I would not have been knowledgeable of. I've done some additional research on them that I think can give you some more insight, particularly in Zim. Zim is an Israeli shipping company, and they're the one that's paying the hefty 26% dividend. I went to my trading views and did some my Seeking Alpha, and went and clicked on dividends, and then clicked on dividends history. And this 26% is something that is only happened very recently. And again, I think it's relative to the fact that the shipping industry has changed very rapidly, very recently. Now, what I'm pretty much going to count on, I'm going to do a swing trade on Zim. I've put in the Zimbabwe, or whatever it's called, the Fibonacci, and I have targeted a price. It's currently trading at $72.81. And because we're entering into the 1st of April, and we're going to have earnings coming out, I'm expecting a substantial dip in the stock market. I'm expecting a pullback. And in that pullback, I think I have a good chance of reaching my 50% discount of from 72.81 to 51.45. So that's what I'm anticipating is going to happen, and that's where I'm going to buy into it. Now, what I also anticipate is that this isn't going to stay. The shipping situation is going to change because the U.S. and everybody else is trying to rebuild their supply chain. So shipping is going to become less important probably in the next 2 to 3 years. But I think I've got an opportunity here because I think most people aren't going to go and look at Zim's history of dividend. They're just going to look at that dividend and they're going to chase it, okay? And that's going to, the dip will give me my Fibonacci buy-in at 51. And then I think the individuals chasing the dividend will, because they're paying it, I think it's on May the 4th or something like that. No, April the 4th. So I see some volatility there. Now, Star Bulk is a Greek company. That's the one that's paying the 14% dividend. Same situation. It's got a longer history, but it hasn't always been paying this 14% dividend. This is unexpected money flowing that they're sharing with their shareholders. So again, it's currently trading at $30.58. The 50% Fibonacci pullback is 17.22. So that's where I'm going to try to buy it. Then ride it up as everybody chases that dividends as inflation goes up. And I think I'll have a good swing trade there. So that's what I'm doing. Now, again, what I want to emphasize is I'm not relying on my tools. I'm suggesting you do the same thing. Go beyond your tools and hire a professional. That's what I'm doing with our Discord. I'm going to commit to spend somewhere in the neighborhood of $70,000 in the next year to gain more information, more knowledge, to tap into those people who have convinced me that they know more than I do, that I can take their knowledge to the casino, Wall Street, and outperform Wall Street with their knowledge, my knowledge, and the cumulative knowledge of my tribe. that's my game plan. As I said, this is going to be available to our Platinum Discord. We've committed to 200 people to let them in. We're going to work with those 200 people probably for a month to work out the kinks and to come up with exactly what we want to do and what works for them and what works for us. When I say us, me and my support team. So that's where I'm taking this channel. I truly believe that if I can use technology, that's the internet, and tools, that's my Seeking Alpha, Stock Charts, Trading View, iCapital, and I will find, and gurus, and I will find more. And if I'm willing to spend some money to gain knowledge and gain experience, I increase my chances. I increase the potential for my success. Okay, I run track. I'm the fastest 75 to 80-year-old in the state of Alabama, and I do that at the Senior Olympics. So, but I have to have tools. I have about 6 pairs of shoes, some with spikes, some without. I have starting blocks, and so I watch videos and learn about the skill I'm trying to develop as a runner at 77 years old. So you have to invest in yourself if you expect to succeed. If you expect to just kind of careen and tap off of other people, well, everybody else is doing that too. So that doesn't give you an advantage. And success is investing in yourself and then staying consistent and staying focused and staying with it until you find the tools and the knowledge to make you successful. And then you just build on it and you keep building on it. And that's my advice to you today. Best of us investors, Kerry Grinkmeyer. Let's make some better investment decisions.